Hi, my name is Leisha Dangle. The counseling session went as I had expected. I've been in counseling sessions before, so I know what to expect in that environment. Both of the counselors seemed very engaged in the process. They seemed to have already developed a strong therapeutic alliance with their clients. They had a warm and inviting environment, seemed to engage in an authentic exchange with the clients. This included Dr. Takis's challenging his client. Both counselors also seemed very empathetic in their responses. They were actively listening, rephrasing questions, and opening space for client exploration. Both of the counselors were also engaged in solar, sitting up with an open posture, leaning forward, maintaining eye contact, and relaxing. It seemed that the clients felt safe and were able to open up and explore their presenting issues on a deeper level. Both of the counselors seemed to have a good concept of case conceptualization. This was evident in Dr. Takis's challenging his client in regard to maintaining relationships that she might not really hold interest in because of her lack of ability to sustain the level of independence that she desired. Mr. Powell seemed very involved in the process of exploring his client's feelings, engaging in micro skills such as watching and observing her behavior. I noticed this when he pointed out that his client had sighed, and that opened the door to explore an additional feeling of being overwhelmed. That brought him to a place where he began to engage in his action plan for the next week to explore that feeling on a deeper level and then decide on some actions that could be taken. Dr. Takis seemed to be using elements from the Egan model. He took the idea that his client wanted and needed more independence. What is happening? What is that story? Continued an exploration of the patterns that she was engaged in to continue that process. What is it that I want, and how do I achieve that goal? He was unafraid to challenge his client regarding the initial complaint versus the actions she was taking in her life. Explored possibilities for adjusting those patterns, moved towards changing an agenda, and then finally coming up with an action plan for how to make those changes. Dr. Takis expressed active listening, empathy, clarified his understanding, and continued to probe his client, summarizing the shared experience, and challenged the client to move toward further growth toward independence. My question, I would ask Mr. Powell, what made you focus on your client's feelings versus the behaviors that your client was engaged in feeling overwhelmed? I really appreciated this exercise. Thank you.